Welcome back to Live at 9. We have Russ, Latino, somebody that is here on WJTV a lot, although it's usually at night.
Yeah, I got to come in through the front entrance today. That was a nice change, and I get to see you in your native element, so that's always a good thing.
No, absolutely. But, so a lot of people know you in your political realm, but I want to know more about you and where you come from, because I think a lot of the times we see people in society or contributors, even us at WJTV, but we don't know who we are. You know, I joke that I'm from Los Angeles, and yeah, you can tell I don't have the accent of someone from Mississippi. But for you, where are you from? How did you get into the path that you are now on?
So I was born in a small town outside of Hammond, Louisiana, a town called Independence, which maybe says something about that political side of me. We moved to Mississippi when I was 2 years old. Grew up on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. I've had the great fortune to live in a lot of cool places across the country. Lived in New Orleans, lived in Nashville, lived in New York, lived in Washington, D.C. I've always been pulled back home to Mississippi. And so this place is special to me. You know, we've chosen to plan our lives here, have our children here. Lord willing, I'll die here. There's something cool about being a Mississippian. And so I'm kind of proud of that background. Yeah,
and I want to go a little deeper into that, because you've been to all of these places, so you got to see it. But yet Mississippi is what pulled you back. What do you think that is?
I think we have an incredibly complex history with incredibly complex people. And because of that, there's a great diversity, not only in the ways that we think about superficial things like race and age and those sorts of things, but a great diversity of experiences in the state of Mississippi. And really, in a lot of ways, you have this tremendous melting pot of culture here. There also is a pace of life in Mississippi that I think is not sold enough. Right? When I lived in New York or when I lived in D.C., everything was transactional. You would meet somebody and they'd say, oh, what is it that you do for a living? Right? And they immediately wanted to be thinking about, how do I put this person in my Rolodex so that eventually I can call on them?
Yeah.
That's not the attitude in Mississippi. The attitude in Mississippi is much more, how's your mama and them? Yeah. And there's something colloquial and quaint and endearing about that. And so in every way possible, you know, down to the bones, it's just home for me.
You work at, or you are the CEO and founder of Magnolia Tribune. That was not what you thought you were going to be doing in life, was it?
Look, man, my arc is strange, right? I mean, there are some people who I think very early in life know that they're going to be X, right? And so I came up in a family that candidly, not a lot of people had gone to college. I was only the second member of my entire family to ever attend college. And in my brain, my family was very apolitical, but I was interested in politics for some reason as early as 12. And I kind of had this thought process that, hey, I'll go become a lawyer, which nobody in my family had ever done. And then, you know, who knows, maybe I'll get involved in politics. And so went to Tulane University and then went to Ole Miss Law School, came out, and I practiced law for close to 10 years. Decision to hop out of law and hop into the world of public policy, and worked in the think tank space, again, for close to a decade. What I saw in Mississippi in particular that made us launch Magnolia Tribune was, one, the news industry is struggling, right? This is not news to anybody. You know, there is a shrinking of traditional print news media. And on the flip side, I think there's a growing side of nonprofit news media that is helping to fill some of those gaps. But my thought is sort of the same thought that I had about why I love Mississippi so much, is so often coverage of our state is pervasively negative, right? You turn on the national news and what do you see? You know, you got late night pundits talking about how Mississippi's the worst of everything. I don't think that's true. I think sometimes local media can also play into that. And so my thought process was not to be Pollyannish, but can we tell Mississippi's true story in a way that elevates the good things that are happening here? And that really was the calling for the launching of Magnolia Tribune.
Has it been what you expected?
It's been wild, man. I mean, in a lot of ways, our growth has been bigger than what I expected out of the gate. So we'll do 1 million users on the site this year. We've got 20 plus other newspapers that regularly run our content. I get to be on WJTV with you guys, which is challenges, right? I mean, I think there are challenges in any industry where you're trying to make sure that you're giving coverage to the right stories, that you're giving them fair treatment, that you're making sure that you hear from both sides. But by and large, it's been a great ride, and I'm excited with what we've done, and I'm really excited to see where it can go next.
Russ, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you, man.